Did you know there's one fruit that could be silently increasing your risk of heart disease after you hit 50? It's probably not what you think. Fruits are often considered the healthiest food group, but what if I told you that one beloved fruit could be contributing to your heart problems? Pause for dramatic effect. You might be surprised to learn that after 50, our bodies don't process food the same way. Our metabolism slows down, and even things like potassium can have a different effect. That means, yes, even a fruit you've probably been eating regularly could be hurting you. Create curiosity. Why is this fruit suddenly dangerous, and what does it have to do with your heart? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which fruit to avoid, and you'll be armed with the knowledge to protect your heart from unnecessary risks. Setting up the problem. Let's break this down. Your body goes through a lot of changes as you get older. At 50 and beyond, your heart starts to face more challenges. But don't worry. I'm going to show you how you can protect it with a few simple tweaks to your diet. Let's dive in and uncover the hidden danger lurking in your fruit bowl. Understanding your heart after 50. As we age, our body changes in ways we can't always see. These changes can be subtle but powerful, especially when it comes to your heart. After 50, your arteries begin to stiffen, which makes it harder for blood to flow freely. Your cholesterol may rise, and your blood vessels start to lose elasticity. This is why heart disease is the leading cause of death for people over 50. Explaining the heart's aging process. Think of your arteries like flexible pipes that carry blood throughout your body. When you're younger, these pipes are flexible and can expand and contract easily. But over time, they get stiffer. The more you age, the more you rely on your heart to work harder to push blood through the system. That's where diet becomes so crucial. The foods you eat can either slow down this process and protect your heart, or they can accelerate it and leave you vulnerable to heart disease. Building the case for diet. The good news is that heart disease isn't inevitable. It's largely preventable with the right diet and lifestyle choices. And diet plays an especially big role in how your heart functions as you get older. Today, we're focusing on one specific food that can have a surprising and dangerous impact on your heart health. Link between diet and heart disease. You might have heard the saying, "You are what you eat." Well, when it comes to heart disease, that's truer than ever. The food you put into your body can make or break your heart health, especially as you age. It's not just about avoiding junk food, though that's important too, but it's also about making smart choices when it comes to the foods you think are healthy. The hidden dangers in healthy foods. You might be surprised that not all healthy foods are actually heart healthy. Some foods that you consider good for you, like fruits, can actually put your heart at risk after 50. This doesn't mean you should stop eating fruit altogether, but you need to be careful about what you choose and how much you eat. Highlighting the risk factor. Today, I'm going to focus on one specific fruit that may actually be doing your heart more harm than good as you age. That fruit, the banana. Yes, bananas are healthy, but they contain certain elements that can increase your risk of heart disease if eaten too often after 50. The good side of fruit. Fruits are packed with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, which are all essential for keeping your heart healthy. We've all heard that fruits like oranges, apples, and bananas can help prevent disease, boost immunity, and improve digestion. But the reality is, not all fruits are created equal, especially when it comes to heart health as you age. The potential problems with certain fruits. Bananas are often touted as a superfood because they are high in potassium, which is great for your muscles and bones. However, potassium isn't always a good thing if you eat too much of it, and bananas are packed with potassium. Here's where the problem starts. Setting the stage for the banana discussion. So why should you be cautious about bananas after 50? It all comes down to how your body processes potassium and sugars as you age. Let's dive deeper into why this seemingly innocent fruit can be harmful. Bananas and potassium. Potassium is an essential mineral that helps regulate your blood pressure. Bananas are one of the richest sources of potassium. In fact, just one medium banana contains about 400-450 milligrams of potassium, which is about 10% of your daily recommended intake. Sounds great, right? Well, not always. When you're young, your kidneys are efficient at removing excess potassium from your body. But as you age, your kidneys start to lose their ability to filter potassium as effectively, which can cause potassium levels to build up in your blood. The risk of high potassium levels. When potassium builds up in your blood, it can lead to hyperkalemia, a condition that interferes with the electrical activity of your heart. This can cause dangerous arrhythmias, irregular heartbeats that can be fatal. The impact on people over 50. Now, if you already have high blood pressure, kidney disease, or other heart issues, potassium becomes even more of a concern. Over time, excessive potassium can increase the strain on your heart and lead to more serious complications. What is the glycemic index, GI? In addition to high potassium, bananas also have a moderate glycemic index, GI. The glycemic index measures how quickly a food raises your blood sugar levels after eating it. Foods with a high GI cause a sharp spike in blood sugar, which can be a concern for those over 50. How GI affects blood sugar. High blood sugar levels can contribute to insulin resistance, which can damage blood vessels, increase inflammation, and lead to heart disease. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating blood sugar levels. So, when you eat high GI foods like bananas, you increase your risk of cardiovascular damage over time. What do the studies say? Studies show that high potassium intake can increase the risk of heart arrhythmias in older adults. One study published by the American Heart Association found that potassium overload can cause irregular heart rhythms, particularly for those with underlying kidney issues. Research on high GI and cardiovascular health. Another study by the National Institutes of Health found that consuming foods with a high glycemic index, such as bananas, is linked to a greater risk of cardiovascular disease, especially in people over 50. This study emphasizes how eating bananas can accelerate heart disease risk as we age, introducing healthier fruit options. Now that we've seen the risks bananas pose, you're probably wondering, what can I eat instead? The good news is, there are plenty of other fruits that are just as nutritious and much better for your heart. Examples of heart-healthy fruits. Berries are a fantastic alternative. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are packed with antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and fight oxidative stress. Apples and pears are also great choices, offering fiber that helps reduce cholesterol and improve heart health. Other alternatives. Citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, and lemons provide vitamin C and antioxidants without the high potassium levels. Avocados are rich in healthy fats that support heart health and help lower bad cholesterol. Balanced diet for heart health. A heart-healthy diet doesn't mean cutting out all the foods you love. It's about making informed choices. Focus on eating a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Limit processed foods, saturated fats, and sugar, and be mindful of your portion sizes. Additional heart-healthy tips. Exercise regularly, manage stress, and get plenty of sleep. These lifestyle factors also play a big role in maintaining a healthy heart after 50. Recap of key points. Bananas can be a healthy fruit, but after 50, they may not be the best choice for your heart. High potassium levels and a high glycemic index can increase your risk of heart disease. The good news is, by making small changes to your diet, like swapping bananas for heart-healthy fruits, you can reduce your heart disease risk. Final actionable advice. Make sure to include fruits like berries, apples, and citrus in your diet, and monitor your potassium intake. Take care of your heart, and your heart will take care of you. If you found this information useful, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or thoughts on heart health. Remember, it's never too late to start making healthy changes for a stronger, healthier heart.